Okay, we're going to look at exam 4 here, practice one for this one. So here we go. We're looking for solutions to this inequality. So the first thing I need to do is be able to make sure my right side is 0. And so I've got to add that 1 over there and then make sure I have one fraction as well. So, so let's see here. We have, let's get this written over here. We've got 5 x minus 5 and then minus 4 x squared minus 5x, and then we have the negative 1 on the other side. Okay, so when we go to solve this, we are, first things first, we're going to add that 1 to the other side here. So that's going to look like this. I'm going to have 5 and then x minus 5, and then I'm going to have minus 4 times, I'm going to factor this as well. It's x squared minus 5, but that's just x, and then x minus 5. And then we have add 1. Jumping ahead, sorry about that. Add 1 here, and then this is greater than or equal to 0 here. So I need to times all of these, the numerators by whatever I need to make sure I have the same common denominator. So my common denominator is going to be this x times x minus 5. So with that in mind, I've got to times this one by x over x. And for this one, I've got to times this one by x and x minus 5 both to be able to get common denominators. When I do that, I get 5x. I still have minus 4 here. And then I have plus x squared minus 5x here. And then those are all over the x times x minus 5 for all of these. So, and then I can combine these numerators. When I do that, I'm going to get x squared, and then I've got my 5x's go away, so I don't have any x term, and then I have this minus 4 here, and then that's all over x times x minus 5, and then greater than or equal to 0. Then I'm going to factor my numerator. My numerator factors to x minus 2, x plus 2, which is awesome. I can now identify my critical points. My critical points are going to be whatever makes my numerator and denominator equal to 0. So I'm going to have 2, negative 2, 0, and 5 are my critical values. Put them on a number line. So negative 2 here, 0, 2, and 5. And then we're just going to plug values in to see whether they're positive or negative. So if I start down here at like negative 3, that would give me, well, when I plug that in, that'd give me negative 5. That'd give me negative 1. And then down here, it'd give me negative 3 and negative 8. So negative times the negative gives me a positive up here, and it's going to give me a positive down here. And if I divide 2 positives, that's going to give me a positive. We can check the next one. Most likely this is going to be a negative here, though. So if I plug in negative 1, that gives me negative 3, gives me positive 1. Down here, negative 1 and negative 6. So I get a negative over here, positive. Negative over positive gives me a negative. So here's my pattern for those. And so since we're greater than 0, I'm looking for these positive sections. So I want these right here. So when I go to name this, is going to be negative infinity to negative 2. This one can be a bracket because it's equal to, and it's in my numerator. And then I'm going to have 0 to 2. I've got to have a parenthesis on 0 because that's in my denominator. And then 2 can be a bracket. And then my last section is going to be 5 to infinity. 5 is in the denominator, so it has to be a parenthesis as well. So that's my solution there. So we'll go type that in here. Here we go. Go type this in. Let's see here. So we are going. So I gotta have this on this other side here. Rearrange things here. So parenthesis, negative infinity, comma, -2, bracket, and then I've got 0, 2, bracket, and 5. So check that thing. We are good. Okay, next one. So my next one here, I'm looking at my function here. This one's honestly not too bad, I don't think, here. So if I look at this bottom point here is the point that should have went through 0, 1, which it has been shifted left 2 and up 3 is where it's been shifted. Okay? So when I go to write that, left 3, so making it go left 3 is going to be plus 3. Right, left 2, sorry. It was left 2, up 3. So left 2, and then up 3 would be like so. Again, if I go back, that's left 2, up 3. And then I've got this other point here, this point at -1, 5. So that's an xy value. So my x is, again, my x is -1 for this value right here. So this will be -1. And I don't know what a is. And then this is 5 here. Just double check here. So, yep. And then I can solve for a from there, and that'll be great. So I'm going to minus the 3 over. That gives me 2. And then this gives me just a to the first power. So a is 2. So I can just write my equation. It's going to be y equals a x plus 2 plus 3 is what I'm going to have. Or sorry, not a. I found out what a is. So we're going to put 2 in there. 2x plus 2. Okay? So we'll go like that. So we'll go 2x plus 2 plus 3. Like so. And bada bing, bada boom. Okay? Looking at this next one here. As we go here, I've got to condense this down first. And so when I condense this first part down, let me just do it right here, see if I can get this here. This is going to be log of, the 5 is going to go up here to the 5th, which will cancel out. This will cancel out that 5th, okay? And so we'll just go here. Yep. Let's see here. So I'm going to have, we got 5 log 5th root of and then 5 and 9. Whoops, forgot which one's which. And then this other part is K9. Okay, so this 5 is going to come up here, and it's going to cancel that out. Okay, so then when I combine this, I'm going to have B over K to the 5th times K to the 9th, B to the 4th, because this one's going to be timesing in the numerator, and then all divided by the one that's subtracting, K to the 5th, B to the 9th here. So I want to simplify what's up top here first. Okay, when I do that, I'm going to get B to the 5th, because I times those, and then these are going to subtract, so that'll be K to the, K, how about a K, not a 5? K to the 4th, and then all over K to the 5th, B to the 9. So make sure, let's see here. Make sure I wrote that down right here. B, yeah, good there. And K, 5, 9. And K9. Okay. Sweet. So then when I simplify this, this is going to give me just, well, I guess it'll be 1 because this will be just K to the first power in the denominator. And then 5 and 4, there's a difference, or 5 and 9, there's a difference of 4, so that'll be B to the 4th. And this is all the log base, what did they do, base B for this? For that. Okay? So that should be pretty, I think, self-explanatory there, where we're getting that. I'm pretty sure it wants you to expand this thing out, so you get log 1 minus log K B to the 4th, which this is just 0, so it'll just be this part is what you want here. Okay? Let's look here. Let me go type this in here. Let's see. Okay, hold on just a second. So yeah, we're just going to type this in. We're going to just log base B, or negative log base B of K B to the 4th here. So, oops, forgot my negative out front here. And then this is, let's see, K B to the 4th, right? Let's double check. Yep. And hold on just a second. Doesn't like that. Okay, folks, I actually mistyped. That's a 4 right there. Sorry, just saw that. So that would actually change this. I probably had to copy these. Whoops, not that one. That's a 5. This one right here is a 4. Which what that does is change this to a 5, which means that these are gone. And this is gone here. And this is gone here. So I still do all what I've done. I just didn't have that K to the 4th, or that K to the first power. So what that would actually give me is negative 4 log of B is what I'm looking for now. So, because once I simplify that there, so we'll go that way. Make sure I've got this written down the right way. B, right? Whoop. Okay, so when I've got, let me go back here. Oh yeah, log base B of log base B is actually just 1. So, sorry, we can simplify. I forgot our log base. So if you have the same, this is B here, of B, that's just 1. So this is just 1 times negative 4, essentially, is what that is. So my answer is just negative 4. So I just needed to simplify this just a little bit more is all I needed to do. So hopefully that makes sense. Sorry about that little bit confusion. I miswrote, and then I got to make sure I have those rules there. Okay? All right, this next one, this one should just be a calculator one. We're just going to go here, and we're going to go log of 52 divided by log of 6. And we're going to hit enter here, and we want to go to 4 decimal places, so we'll go 2.2052. That should give me what I need for that one. So that one should be pretty simple there. This next one here, looking at this one, we're going to separate these two. Well, we're going to try to separate, I should say. So let's go and do that one. Okay, so as we're looking at this one, we are going to first split this up. This will be log of 1 minus, remember this 4th root is just 4 to the 1/4. So that 1/4 is going to come out front, and then it's log of 4 here. So again, that 4th root of 4 is just 4 to the 1/4, which I just kick that out front and it's subtract because we're dividing. I also need to take care of this 20. This log base 20 can break up to log 4 plus log 5. So what that does for me is essentially what that does is that gives me this equal to 3.578 is what that does. And then log 5 it tells me is here is 1.922. So I'm going to subtract 1.922, and that'll tell me that log 4 is, when I subtract those two values, is equal to 1.656. And that's useful because then I can go back to my original value here. So log 4 is 1.656 here. So then I can go back to this original one here, this log 1 minus 1/4 log 4. And because this is 1.656, oh geez, come on, don't do this to me. It drives me crazy. 6 here. Then I just can go 1/4 times that. So again, you just take that in your calculator times 1.656, and that gives me 0.414. And then log 1 is just 0, so I don't need that. And this is negative here. So my final value should just be negative 0.414 is what I should get for that. So 0.414. Okay. Next one here, we've got our logarithms, log of x, or sorry, ln of x plus ln of 4x plus 2 equals 0. So we want to condense this to start with. That's the first thing I want to do. And so when I do that, I get ln of x times 4x plus 2 because they're adding. And then I'm going to change this one's form. This is log base e, so that'll be e to the 0 equals this whole thing, which I'm just going to multiply this. This will give you 4x squared plus 2x. And then I just simplify this. This gives me 1. Anything that's 0 power is 1. And we're going to minus that 1 over, so I'll have 4x squared plus 2x minus 1, and that's all equal to 0. I'm going to use my quadratic formula. So negative 2 plus minus square root of 2 squared minus 4 times negative 1. And then that's going to be all over 2a, which that's going to be 8 at that point. Just going to check if this wants it as approximation. Yeah, it doesn't want it as approximation, so we will. Again, just use your calculator on there, but this is 4 plus 16, so square root of 20, so this would be negative 2 plus minus square root of 20 all over 8. And so we would use our calculator on that, negative 2 plus the square root of 20 divided by 8, and then that one of those would give me 0.3090, and then negative 2 minus the square root of 20 divided by 8, which gives me negative 0.8090. So because our original was the ln of x, I can't have this as a solution. So this one's not one of my solutions. It's just the 0.3090 is the only one. So 0.3090. Okay, next one, solving another exponential here. So we've got 7e to the 4x minus 5 all over 15 plus 18 equals 28. So I'm going to get my exponential by itself and then change its form like we've been doing here. So again, 7e to the 4x minus 5. Whoops, that's all over 15, and then plus 18 equals 28. So I'm going to minus the 28 over. That'll give me 10. Then I'm going to times by the 15, which will give me 150. and then I'm going to divide by 7. Once I've got that, I can leave that. This is really just equal to e to the 4x minus 5. So I'm going to change this one's form. It's going to be ln of whatever 150 over 7 is. And then that'll be equal to 4x minus 5. Once I get this, I'm going to add 5 and then divide by 4 is what I'm going to do. And so we would just, again, in your calculator, just go ln of 150 divided by 7. And then we're going to add 5, divide by 4, and that gives me 2.016181 blah blah blah. So, and we'll go see what it wants it to, probably as a 4 decimal. Yep. So we got 2.0162 if I go to 4 decimal places and round. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, next one, I've got 4 to the 5x and 32 to the 3x minus 1. So I want to put these both in base 2. So to do that, 4 to the 4, if you remember, 4 can be written as 2 to the 2nd. And so that's all of the 5x. So that would just be 2 to the 10x. And then I've got 32 to the 3x minus 2. If you remember right, 32 can be written as 2 to the 5th. So that'll be 2 to the 15x minus 5. And then I can just say, okay, well, then 10x has to be equal to 15x minus 5. And I can solve that from there. We get negative 5x equals negative 5, which gives x would give me positive 1 from there. So, bada bing, bada boom. These last two here, this is a good one. We've got biologist, so this one's just a regular APERT one. This one we have to find the rate first. So she measures a sample again before she goes home at 6. So she started with 400 and ended with 450 from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And when she comes back to the lab, we want to know how many bacteria will there be after a full day is what we want to know. Okay. And so, yeah, we'll do this here. So let me make sure I've got all my numbers here. So our starting amount's 400 at 6 p.m. There's 750. So from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., guys, you got to think about how many hours have passed there. That'll help you with this. And so from 8 to 6, that should give you 10 hours. Okay? So my time is going to be 10. Just so you know, okay? Something to think about here. So we're using a PERT. This is my ending amount, which was 750. My beginning amount was 400. I don't know my rate, but I do know it was after 10 hours, so I can find my rate from there. So I'll take 750 and I'll divide it by 400. That gives me like 1.875. And then I'm going to take the ln. I'm going to change form, so ln of 1.875 is equal to 10r. And then I'll just divide this by 10 after. And that'll tell me my rate is what that does. So my rate is equal to 0.063 if you round. Okay? And so then we want to know what is it when we get back at the next morning at 8. So that means we've had 24 hours pass. So I want to know the ending amount now when my time, so I know my rate is 0.063 and I'm going to time would be 24 hours. So I want to know that ending amount at that point in time. So just going to use that whole number there. So that gives me 1808.269028. Okay, so that'll be our ending amount. As long as it wants it in hours. I was looking to see what it says, but it doesn't actually really say that, so I'm guessing that it just wants it in hours there. So, and we are around the nearest whole number, which that would be the nearest whole number there. Would be that one. So, okay. And then our last one here, we've got a earthquake one here. Where it, what is the magnitude? If that's many joules have been released. So, guys, this one, all we're going to do is just plug in this for E to this equation. So it'll be, let me try this again. It'll be log of 2.94 times 10 to the 14. And that's going to be all equal to 4.4 plus 1.5 m. And so I can find out what this value is here. Again, you should have your calculator that will do that in here. I'm just going to write this down so that I can show you the calculator on this computer. So I'm going to type. I'm going to type this in, and then I'm going to subtract 4.4 and then divide by 1.1 is what I'm going to do. So log, and then we are going 2.94 times 10 to the 14. Whoops, that didn't work. Hold on. Let's try that again. Where is my exponent on this calculator? Okay, we've got there. Oh, second. There we are. Okay, so log 2.94 times 10 to the back. This thing needs a back button. This one, my bad, I got the wrong one. 2.94 times 10 to the 14. What was that equals? So that's what that is, and I'm going to minus 4.4, and then I'm going to divide by 1.5, and that'll give me my magnitude of 6.7. is what I'm going to. So to one place, 6.7. So. Okay, this has been your Math Moment with Mummy. Adios.